Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward. Hey guys, Altcoin Sherpa here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not an expert. Do your own research. Today I just posted a thread on my overall thoughts for a bullish case for altcoins in the summer. I'll present that in a little bit more detail, and I'm also going to give the cons as well. Like overall, I think that it's possible that altcoins run in the summer, but I think it's less likely. I'm expecting more chop and consolidation. But there are some considerations for potential moves for altcoins in the summer. Number one, I believe that Bitcoin has mostly bottomed out. It's of course possible that Bitcoin spikes down lower to like the liquidity down at like 25K, right underneath the swing lows at 28K. It's entirely possible that price gets down there. But I believe that the lows are mostly in, like, you know, if price starts closing below 25 or 28K on high time frame charts, then I think that we're just going to go into a big bear market. And that was it for a little while. But I'm still hopeful that price just consolidates and ping pongs around for a while. And if this is the case, then we are about to see a ranging consolidation type of price action that we saw, maybe similar to the summer of 2020. As you can see in summer of 2020, price really just consolidated for quite some time. I mean, all throughout June, July, August, it just consolidated for a really long time, and then it obviously expanded very strongly. Now, it's a different market structure back in 2020 relative to today, but I still feel that it's possible that this kind of hits this type of consolidation. And if it consolidates, that's usually a good environment for altcoins. Now, where is this idea invalid? This idea is invalid if, like, again, if price starts closing below 28K on high time frame charts, if for whatever reason we start to see like big moves up, like this is just a V-shaped reversal and price is just going to go blitz up. Like, I find that pretty unlikely myself, but you never say never. But the bottom line is that usually after big moves like this, you need to see some sort of consolidation. That's usually the play, so to speak. There was a lot of liquidations back in the drop of March 12th or March 13th, depending on where you were. And price just grinded back up after that. So maybe we'll see something similar to that, to this. So that's one consideration, grinding price action for Bitcoin. The second consideration is that ETH BTC is in a bullish market structure. We have not seen this for quite some time overall. Higher highs, higher lows. You can argue as well that price was in this long accumulation period where price just kind of hung out for really, like, you know, years. Like you could say 1,000 days or something like that. I've seen a lot of arguments for this, and I think I can agree with it. Price consolidated for 1,000 days and then expanded. So this is still undeniably a bullish market structure, as I said before. Higher highs, higher lows. Like the low has to be established. We might see something like go up and then form a low. And as you can see here, the lows take time to form. Like this low took several weeks. This low took not quite as long, but still a little while to form. So similarly, like you can see these lows being formed across several weeks or, you know, several days. Will ETH BTC make a V-shaped reversal? I think it's unlikely. I think it's actually more likely this comes back down and then consolidates for a bit and then forms the low and then goes higher. But again, a bullish case for altcoins is that ETH BTC is in a bullish market structure. And ETH BTC is almost always a good indicator on the macro sense for altcoins. And if this does break all-time highs, that'd be absolutely insane. I never thought that would happen ever again, but you know, here we are. And this is still undeniably a bullish market structure though. And given it consolidated for such a long time, maybe we'll see further upside. So that's the second argument for an altcoin run in the summer. Another argument for an altcoin run in the summer is looking at some of the alt BTC pairs. ETH BTC, of course, ran very hard, but many other alt BTC pairs really didn't. Like LTC is one example here. I mean, it did have some good gains, of course, in kind of middle of May, but price has pulled back quite a bit. Usually with the altcoin runs, they'll be pretty explosive and they'll have kind of V-shaped reversals and just run for a while. But we haven't really seen that a whole lot in the springtime. It's possible that price just won't do that. That's entirely possible. But I always thought that coins like LTC or Chainlink, those types of coins would have really strong moves. I'm going to go and look at my link chart if I can find it. I know this is like a ton of charts here. Here we go. Link BTC, I thought that this would have a stronger reversal overall, like a stronger move on the alt BTC pair. And it did move pretty strongly. It didn't go back up to the highs back set in August, but it did hit this range high, which in retrospect, this was like really solid standard resistance area, but I did not expect this huge pullback, obviously. I don't think really anybody did. Nobody expected it to be this violent, but here we are. And again, if this was all that there was, then that's fine. And it was a good gain, don't get me wrong, but I just expected more of a move, especially given this did have some bouts of accumulation, or what I thought was accumulation, where I saw this kind of price action where prices ranged for quite some time. And then it expanded a little bit and then it dumped. But argument number 3 is that alt BTC pairs really haven't ran very hard yet, relatively speaking. We are looking at some coins right now, such as MATIC, which is one of the strongest coins like in general. I made a tweet this morning just saying that this area in general is very scary, so you should be cautious if you are longing. There is a supply zone up here around $2.50. This is an area that I expect there to be quite a bit of resistance, but thus far it's shown to be a V-shaped reversal. V-shaped reversals are somewhat rare, in my opinion, for alt USD pairs. They are more common in alt BTC pairs. We did see a V-shaped reversal for coins like YFI in the past, but it is incredible to me that MATIC was able to dump this strongly, and then it also just like straight up pumped and rebounded. So generally speaking, when you are looking at different coins and deciding which coins will do what, it's always good to look at the leaders such as MATIC, because if MATIC starts to just like break down this resistance and just keep going, so maybe we see something like this where like it goes up and then it comes down to like $2 and then up again and then breaks, I feel pretty good about the altcoin market in general. Now, of course, no coin is going to be as strong as a coin like MATIC right now. That's obvious. And it's also important to take each coin within itself and the own individual chart. But like if MATIC pulls back here and then just like continues and breaks all-time highs, then I feel actually pretty good that other altcoins will do the same. Now, again, coins aren't going to be as strong as MATIC, but when you see market leaders do something like this, then it's usually good for other strong coins in the market. Now, that doesn't mean that every coin is going to have a full V-shaped reversal. Of course, it depends on the fundamentals and the pump before, but it would be very encouraging to see something like this. Now, what are the cons in general for altcoins running in the summer? Well, I mean, you literally can just look at pretty much any altcoin chart. This is not like a bullish chart. This is just absolutely just pain right here. I mean, you saw like mass liquidations, this huge move down. Like if you just pull up any altcoin charts, they just look kind of like fucked up, like this is just a huge move down. It just destroyed market structure. Like, higher high, of course, higher high, but massively lower low established, just absolutely destroyed market structure. And again, similar to what I said before, it's possible that price just grinds up like this, like we see just like price fill in this inefficiency. That's entirely possible. You know, maybe this is the low, and maybe price just never revisits the former lows that we saw. For example, on FTT, like this is $20. Like maybe we just don't see that level again. But it's really going to depend a lot on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin revisits some of those lows around 30K, then I expect fully that this will revisit some of these lows as well. If you have noticed the last few weeks, or not the last few weeks, just the last week or two, altcoin pairs will dump way harder than Bitcoin and will pump way harder than Bitcoin. It's just that way, and it always usually has been that way. So if you're really trading altcoins, just be careful. Make sure you have some dry powder. Keep your trades very tight and short. That's kind of like my overall plan for alts right now, is just to keep enough dry powder in case like these lows get tapped again. And I do have some spoof bids as well, just like some money where like orders where I don't expect to fill, but if they do, that'd be great. So that's like a bearish case against altcoins, is that like this type of price action is not really super bullish at all. Again, we might see some grinding up price action like we saw back at BTC back in March. Like it's entirely possible we see this, like March of 2021, that is. Like where we just see something like this. You know, like it's possible we just see like this grinding motion. But this market dump was different than the recent market dump for a lot of reasons. Like this was truly scary. Like I thought Bitcoin could have gone to zero during this spike, but this move down here, I mean, the context is way different. Like this is still like, you know, relatively close to all-time high levels in terms of like the timing. And so anyways, I'm not sure if Bitcoin has bottomed out. You know, if Bitcoin has bottomed out, then I do expect altcoins to do pretty well. If not, then altcoins will not do very well at all. What I'm more expecting, to be frank and honest with you, is just like this consolidation for Bitcoin, and then a lot of consolidation for altcoins as well. Something like this would make a lot of sense to me. We're just like see it grind through, pull back, kind of like grind up. I do think that the lows are relatively in. Again, similar to how he's talked about it for Bitcoin, I thought that the lows are relatively in. Like, you know, price could go spike lower. And if Bitcoin goes like to 28K or something like that, again, then this will just like die. And altcoins will just die in general. But I still expect just a lot more chop and a lot more consolidation for both altcoins and Bitcoin. That's kind of my plan. I would be really, really happy to see altcoins just like make full reversals and like even do something like this where like it just comes back down, and then you know, something like this would be awesome to see. But let's just see. It's also going to be interesting to see like the price action when this kind of double top area gets tapped again. These will be good shorting opportunities, in my opinion, like when price makes its way back to all-time high levels, because it's going to probably take quite a while to get to that point. And generally speaking, when there's a lot of time in between each peak for these double tops, usually the first test is the best test, as Crypto Cred says. So that's kind of my plan right now. And like that's kind of what I said for MATIC as well. Like this is different, a little bit different because of how little time was spent in between each peak. But nonetheless, like this area is still like a resistance area for now, in my opinion. So yeah, those are kind of my overall thoughts on altcoins right now. I think that we see a lot of consolidation. There are some bull case potentials for altcoins in the summer. But I'm personally expecting maybe some consolidation for maybe like a week, or I'm sorry, a month or two, and then maybe we run at the end of like near August, similar to how we did it in 2020. Like maybe we just see that. Like maybe we just see like consolidation, and then we just see like some big moves after that. And it's crazy. MATIC was this. Oh, this is the futures. I'm sorry, this is the futures pair, so it's different. But yeah, I think that overall, like altcoins, the relative bottom is in, I believe, for altcoins. But again, it's really dependent on BTC. I can't stress that enough. If BTC shits the bed, then altcoins are going to go way down. But look for market leaders like MATIC and look at the preceding price action from there. Anyways, stay safe. Don't go all in at these levels. Make sure you save some money to buy dips, but good luck.